Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for checking out another episode of Kenny's Record Collection. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to go into the original Misfits Collector's Bible, and that is the June 1986 issue of Thrasher magazine. There's like a 6-page interview with Glenn Danzig done by Pushead. Pushead had worked with the Misfits and done a few posters and eventually the back cover of the Die Die My Darling 12-inch. So they were quite acquainted at this time, and I think that's why Danzig opened up so much to Pushead. If you want to read along with this, you could go to Thrasher's website and just search for the June 1986 issue, and you could see everything and read the story and everything. There's also audio of this interview on YouTube. It's a 3-hour interview. It's a deep dive, and it was edited down for this magazine. So yeah, as a kid, I skateboarded, as a lot of my friends did at that time, and Thrasher was and always will be the skateboarder's Bible. And at the time, I was new to skateboarding, and I had no idea of anything to do with punk rock or anything like that. So this was kind of a big exposure for me. And once I read all the horror references and all the cool things with toys and everything like that Danzig was into, I was sold. And ever since, I've been a fan. So this interview is also really interesting too, because he gives quotes on press numbers and different information about the early early Misfits records. So it's really cool. And this was the standard for a long time before more research was done, like with the internet and everything, to get pressing numbers and all other information on like the authenticity of certain Misfits records. So back then it was pretty difficult to tell the difference between certain bootlegs and things like that. And he goes into that in the interview. So yeah, we'll get into it. A lot of cool photos. Like I said, go to the Thrasher website and you could check out this entire interview. I'm just going to touch on a few things. There's some interesting stuff that Danzig mentions as far as records that were made that I never knew about. There's supposedly a Static Age Teenagers from Mars 7-inch that was pressed. There's only 5 acetates. And as far as I know, I don't know if any of them have come up for sale. If anybody knows about that, let me know. But it was news to me. I'll show you the next page. Just great pictures. You have that classic Erie Vaughn photo that he took of them in a cave in upstate New York. There's Googie back there. And, you have Glenn, Jerry, and Doyle. And then this photo here, I believe that's a Sam Hain era photo. I might have been taken for this magazine specifically. There's also talk of a Who Killed Marilyn 7-inch acetate with Where Eagles Dare on side 2, which I don't know. Like I said, let me know. This here is the discography that Danzig explained to Pushead back in 1986. And a lot of it seems feasible and the numbers look correct, but he quotes Bullet as there being 8,000 copies of the black vinyl, which I don't think there was more than 1,000. I don't know. And he says there's 2,000 of the red, which makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. You people out there, tell me what you think. If you think that's erroneous or not. I know there's probably been a lot of talk over the years about this already, but I just wanted to get into this in my video. There's some other cool stuff. It's just like, it seems like 1981 was a huge year for them. They had 3 hits from Hell. Glenn put out the Who Killed Marilyn 7-inch on his own, and he explains in that interview that him and Arthur Googie were gonna just go off on their own. They basically gave Jerry and Doyle an ultimatum. And they said, if you guys don't pick up the slack, we're going to just find 2 new guys and we're going to just do our own thing. This is a photo of at that date, all of the Plan 9 releases. You know, there's so many holy grails there, as you could see. You have Cough Cool, Bullet, you know, you have Horror Business, Who Killed Marilyn, 3 Hits from Hell, everything. The Beware, 12-inch, Walk Among Us. There's a Fiend Club envelope mailer there, really cool. The interview is great. And there you have just a shot of Danzig's toy collection, or some of his toy collection. You see a lot of great Shogun Warriors. There's the Godzilla. There's a lot of other Japanese toys, Astro Boy, different stuff like that. Like, to me, this was just such a huge influence. It's really a great magazine. Other than that, I mean, he quotes at that time the Fiend Club when it ended. There were 5,000 members, and you know, that was a nice amount. But considering how big they are now, there'd be, you know, hundreds of thousands of members in the Fiend Club. But back then, it got to 5,000. Some other interesting tidbits. He talks about, which I'm not sure if it's in the magazine. Excuse me, my camera's slipping a little. He talks about there being a Misfits store in Germany that happened maybe in the mid-'80s, where he connected with some businessman in Germany, because the Misfits were really huge there at the time. And he sold a bunch, or he sent hundreds of t-shirts over there to Germany to be sold in a Misfits store. So if anybody out there has any memory of that, you know, anybody from Germany who could speak on that, that would really be interesting to know more about. And, you know, there's, he talks about that Beware was repressed. So there's a second pressing of Beware. I don't know. You know, you tell me. As far as I know, there was only one pressing of Beware, and it's quite scarce right now. So yeah, anything else? I mean, he talks about the t-shirts. They originally were hand coloring everything, and after a while it got to be too crazy. So they just went, in the past couple of years, you know, the last couple of years of the Fiend Club, the shirts were all just black and white. And also too, the screens were wearing out, so they couldn't just keep using them over and over again. So other than that, I mean, this issue is amazing just for the skateboarding related stuff. Like, the Bones Brigade were at their height at this point, and there are so many pictures of members of the Bones Brigade. I mean, you got an awesome photo of Tommy Guerrero right there. You just so many cool pictures. So, you know, if you're into skateboarding history in any way, this is a great picture of Julian Stranger right there. Awesome, back when he was on Santa Cruz. Just tons of these old ads for Cheapskates, which became CCS. These old boards, you know, we used to stare at these magazines for hours. Everything was just so new and fresh to us. And there's also a really cool advertisement in here with Jake Phelps for Fogtown Skate Shop in San Francisco. Look at that, Phelps. Rest in peace to him. Really cool ad. And in the back, you got Jeff Phillips. Rest in peace. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. If you have any other information on the points that I brought up, please let me know. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and, you know, check the links below. And you could check out the article on the Thrasher website, and you could also listen to the full interview from almost 40 years ago. It's about three hours long. So if you're down for that today on this rainy, dreary day, do it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. See ya.